Hello everyone, it's been a while since I made a video and I thought I'd get on here and uh, actually straighten my hair using my brush and talk about some of um, these, what do you call them, they're exploration or ghost hunters. I think there's been a few videos out on more than enough on them about them being fake and stuff, but I just wanted to put my 2 cents in and tell you what I think. Now, I'm not into all of there's a big vast majority of ghost hunting videos that you can follow. There's numerous people that do ghost huntings, and I can verify this. There's a good amount of them that I know that are actually they're very legit. They work hard and stuff like that. So I'm not trying to trash any of the hard work. I know for myself, I tried to experience it myself this past year, and it's extremely hard work, you know. And I didn't post any of the videos on here because none of them were worthy to post. I didn't catch anything, but the experience looking was extremely physical, mental, and so I know from experience what kind of hard work goes into it from the behind scenes. And a lot of these videos that you see out there that are actually legit, that you see, like the one that I can name off the head that I have confidence, true confidence in, is Franco TV. I extremely recommend him to the fullest because he works alone, first of all. And the other thing I like about him is that he has multiple cameras at play. And multiple cameras, I mean, that's a lot of money that goes into those devices. And to have multiple, I mean, that's, when he first started, he only started off with one camera. And he started going into these extremely haunted places. So I could tell from to watching his videos that I feel confident that they are legit. And then from there, a few years ago, I got really into Omar Gosh TV. Now, when I first got into his videos, I found that he too, and still to this day, I believe that he is legit, except for I started seeing some videos that were saying that that he was fake. I'm not sure if he was, but I tell you that if you go back into his timeline of videos, I would say like in the 2017 and onward, there's these videos that he was exploring in this house that was extremely haunted, and it was of I think it was a psychiatrist that was dabbling in black magic or something like that, and his wife left him, and he ended up leaving the house and abandoning it. And when you go in, when Omar went into the house, it looked like only the important furniture and stuff was taken, like the important stuff was gone, but there was a lot of junk that was left behind. And like, for example, there was this one scene where he's in the living room, and he's got the view of the kitchen behind him, and there's like this big doorway, and there was this office chair that zoomed by uh, the entrance of the kitchen. And so he takes off running. He grabs a hold of the camera and he takes off running. And you don't see, like, there was nobody there. It didn't show anybody in the presence of him, but um, what made me think of the scenario was I was into urban ghost, urban exploration, and I was following along with his videos right up until, I don't know, maybe about a year ago. Um, and he's like, I find Joe is very self-centered. Like he takes the opportunity of always putting the camera on him, and so I was struggling trying to like him, but the only reason why I liked him was because of Rob. I found Rob's videos were more my kind of deal because, for one, I'm gonna tell you, I hate, truly, truly, truly hate the spirit box. That's a speaking device to the paranormal, and a lot of people don't realize that that's just like a modern day Ouija board. You can also open up portals with that. Same with tarot cards, mirrors facing each other. There's several things that go into things that we don't realize and we take for granted, but um, I don't trust those spirit boxes. I love Franco TV, but that's the only thing I hate about him is his spirit box sessions. And when I first watched Oh My Gosh TV and Urban Ghost Exploration, they both wasn't into spirit box. But as like I'm getting off track. But what like I was saying before, what got me thinking about Omar Gosh's video of the chair was just recently. Urban Ghost, Urban Exploration. Joe was in a place. Um, I don't know if it was the Blair Witch House they called or something like that, and so Joe was there alone. Now, thinking back, I can't remember if he announced that Rob wasn't there, he had things to do, or. But usually when Joe's doing a video, uh, and Rob's not with him, he usually explains. So that's why I'm saying I can't remember if he did, but usually when Rob's with him, not with him, Joe always explains if he's not. Now, in the video, uh, Joe is like on the other side of the house, and you hear this big clanging, some kind of big ruckus, and Joe takes off flying, and he gets to the entrance of the doorway of the house, and you can, like, Rob is not a skinny guy, but as you get to the pan view of the camera, okay, just imagine the pan view. All of a sudden, we're at the doorway of the house, and Rob is like to the right the of the doorway, and he's standing there trying to hide, like he didn't want. He's trying his best to make himself look small, and then shortly after that, of that video airing, Joe ended up going back and making the video private or whatever. And so it, just from seeing that from Urban Ghost Urban Exploration, that Rob was actually probably making the noise. And the crazy thing was, like, Joe goes past Rob, okay? Rob's standing there by the doorway, and Joe's like with the camera, and he's like, "What the fuck is that?" Like, excuse my language, but that's what he says. He's like, "What the heck is that?" So, anyways, he takes off running around, and he's going on with the investigation like something's still there. Like, hello, you could plainly see Rob sitting there, and so it takes these skeptics and these a lot of these people that don't believe in these. It kind of makes everybody look bad. In other words, the ones that are out there working hard and they're actually making legit videos, It's making them all look bad. And I wish people will stop. Another one that was caught in the act was Mo Sargi. And he was, and when he first started, he's Canadian. I'm Canadian. But when I started searching around for these, I think the the ones that I got into first was Oh My Gosh, and then it just started trailing along with Patty G Team, and then Urban Exploration, and then it got to Franco TV, and then CJ Fashion. But then I stopped. Oh yeah, and then James the Fam and his girlfriend Chelsea Luna. So like I started expanding, but then I started noticing like sort of this trend with them. Like for instance, with CJ, it seemed like no matter where that guy went, that it was a haunted place. So it got me with watching Mo Sargi fake his video, and and then watching Mo Sargi. I mean, it just all became too much with Mo Sargi, and then watching CJ, and it just made me question. But and then thinking about Oh My Gosh with the chair going, and the funny thing was like with um, Oh My Gosh, he was never ever scared. Like it seemed like nothing really scared him, and that could be his true self. I mean, I've seen people that ghosts don't bother them at all, um, as long as it's not demonic and stuff like that. So, I know that there's people out there, and I'm not saying Oh My Gosh is faking any videos. What made me stop watching Oh My Gosh was there was oh, I can't remember where it was at, but it was an old Ferris wheel, an old abandoned amusement park, and it's also haunted. It's on like sacred ground of the natives, and I'm First Nations of Canada, and in the States they call that Native American. And when I started learning about the sacred ground here, oh my gosh, was going around with the spirit box, and I was like hoping and praying that he wouldn't go on the sacred ground with the spirit box, you know, and he went. After that, I lost all my respect for the guy. Um, I mean, you don't go on sacred ground and be disrespectful. I mean, I don't go into um, graveyards and ghost hunt just because of that reason. You know, it was an idea at first that I will, but I know that there's so many other places that are haunted where I'm not going to be disturbing, people that are laid to rest. And that's another thing with Franco, because that's what he does. He goes in a lot of graveyards and he does a lot of ghost hunting and he finds a lot of things. And that's just him. So I'm not dissing him for that. And with Oh My Gosh, I mean that's his prerogative. If he doesn't believe that he was being disrespectful going on to sacred land that was, like anybody that goes on there disrespects that land usually has something cursed towards them, I guess. And a lot of people don't believe in curses, but they do exist, especially with the Native Americans and how they dealt with their cultures and stuff. I mean, they, especially the ones from back in those times were pretty strong. Pretty strong with their culture. I mean, I wouldn't mess with it. That's just me. But I just wanted to touch base and talk with you guys about this, um, with Omar Gosh and Franco TV and with CJ Fashion. I found with CJ was that he's also another very self-centered guy, um, and he makes everything all about him all the time. Here's an example. He's out there with Sunny Deeds, and they're standing around, and he's like giving barking orders, and Sunny's doing whatever, and he just continuously bark orders. So, and again, like, I'm not sure if he's faking any videos, but for you got to look at it too. Um, these YouTubers are making their living off making videos. See, right now I don't have enough members on my YouTube to make money off any of my videos, so I'm not out here to try to stir, ruckus up. I'm not trying to stir the pot that bad. But I just figured, um, that's my opinion, is that I know, um, from the videos that I saw of Omar Gosh and most Sargi, so I don't follow them anymore. Um, I kind of liked Chelsea, Luna, and James the Fan, but I have a couple of complaints against them with, the number one thing of the consistent spirit box, consistently. And Chelsea's a very cute little girl. I say little girl because to me she's got to be a short person, but she's really cute, and she looks very nice, like a very nice person. But she gets out there and dances all the time, and I'm not into her dancing, so I'm like, here we go. Um, and the biggest complaint that I have is, like, James the Fam is blind, but he's not deaf, and that's what I don't understand when you're watching his live videos. His notifications for, and it has to deal with the app, and I understand there's some kind of app that so that he could read. It helps him read his followers' comments and stuff when he's doing live. So he's gotta. I don't know if he's gotta have it up, but it's so loud, and like, there's a lot of his followers that don't mind it, So I stopped following them because of the fact. Main reason was because of the spirit box, and with UGUE brothers, it was because they I had suspicion from the very beginning when I started watching him, just because he was so full of himself a lot. Joe was so full of himself, but there was this another instant where, um, the scene was they're at some kind of hospital, and this guy comes out, and this guy's like in like a mask, and Joe goes towards him, and it robs behind Joe, so you get a good view of the back of Joe, and it looks like they're gonna fight, like, as Joe gets up there and he's like, whatever, but then all of a sudden you see Joe's hands go like this, and he grabs Buddy, and he just simply knocks him down, and the guy that he grabs is not even fighting. So it just, to me, that came across very fake. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, that did not just happen. And they actually viewed it. So that's when I started questioning. And then there was Holy Walkers too that I was watching. And like, Todd was a preacher at one time. So you want to think that, okay, he's got to be truthful. He's not lying about anything. I had no real problems with any of the videos because I wasn't really into holy walkers, but they too started getting into the spirit box. I think a lot of them are, and I can't stand the spirit box. See, the spirit box, like I said before, is a communication device, and you're actually speaking to the spirit world, getting communication, and that's what a lot of people tend to watch because they want to see what you catch. For me, ghost hunting, I'm an explorer. An explorer basically tries to catch um, evidence without provoking. Okay, simply just walking into a place with your camera and catching whatever moves, or if there's voices, or stuff like that. That's what an explorer does. A haunting explorer. A ghost hunter goes in there with all kinds of devices. They go in there with the electrical meter thing. I forget the name of it. They go in there with spirit boxes and lights and stuff like that. They sensors, and uh, they go in there with the mind of provoking. Even Zach, he even said, Zach Bagans had mentioned when Aaron goes in there with the puck, the spirit puck, and he says, especially going into a very demonic place with a spirit puck is very dangerous because that is an open portal in his hand. And so, like, when you hear those kind of things, people are ordering these spirit boxes and playing around with them and asking questions and not realizing that they're actually making more damage and hurting the environment more by opening up these portals. Because realistically, if you're opening it, do you know how to close it? And 9 times out of 10, they're not closing it. Same with tarot card readings. I mean, they could be dabbling with something, letting in an evil presence through this portal. And even if they close it, the evil presence is stuck here. You know? So it's just those kind of things. I don't want to. If I do the exploring thing, it's gonna, like, my niece, she wants to do the whole ghost hunting thing. She wants to go in there, provoke, and she wants to go in there with spirit boxes and whatever she can get her hands on. And I'm like, no, 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 because I wanted to start up a team called Cute, and I have the people, and I still want to do it. Um, Canadian Urban Team Explorers is what it's called. So that's what I still have hopes, and I was all set to do it, and then all of a sudden COVID happened, so it stopped me, and I couldn't do it. But I did go do some exploring with my niece, and we didn't catch anything. So, but there's places that I want to go and I want to test out. But I wanted to get in touch with you guys about this and give you my opinion on these matters. And if you want to check out the videos, okay, there's a few of them that I've written down. The one it's called, it says The Truth Behind Most Sargi Fake Video Exposed. That's one of them. And the guy's name is LocoLuco. LoColUco. Okay. So he has the video of Most Sargi. And it, like it says, so The Truth Behind Most Sargi fake videos exposed. So that's one you could check out. And it shows of a video of Sargi. He was with one of his friends, and he has his friend to open the door on cue on a certain word. And when it came down to videoing or editing the video, Sargi forgot to edit that part out, and that's how it got exposed. And this guy caught it and ended up recording it. Anyways, Sargi never came back and apologized that he was exposed. He flat out denied that that's what happened. You know, we're just joking around, kind of thing. And anyways, if you watch the video from the LocoLuco guy, he explains it, and you can actually hear. I guess he has. You'll just have to go and watch the video. All right. And then there was this one guy named Obi Spectral, Spectral. That's the name title of his channel. And so the first video he posts, it's Ghost Hunters, Urban Explorations Exposed. That was the first one, and it was about the one that I was talking about where Rob was trying to hide, and you could literally see him. But then this Obi comes back with the respond to the video. So it says UGUE responds, and my last thoughts about this situation. It's the same guy that exposed the first one about getting caught up of hiding Rob and trying to go on like nothing happened kind of thing. And so anyways, Obi Spectral is the first one. And then there was this other guy that has both videos. He's got Sargi and Urban Exploration, both videos that I was mentioning about. And his name is The Shape. And the title is UGUE Busted for Real. So go check them out, and maybe it'll help you come up with your own opinion. Like I said, I truly believe Franco TV is legit, and I lost confidence with Omar because of the fact that he went on a sacred ground and did the spirit box. And I had questions about him before, but I kind of liked his content. The guy's pretty funny. He does have good content. But if he's for real, there's one that him and James, the fam that went in, it was called Mizpah, the Mizpah Hotel, and the Mizpah, James and Omar are in the cellar, and Omar's facing James, but behind James there's a hallway, and when the hallway is like shaped like an L, but apparently you can walk straight ahead into this room if you're coming from this way. And the way James was facing that intersection kind of thing, and Omar caught a ghost, and the ghost, you can literally see that it floated right across. It looked like a woman. So go check that one out. So like, I'm not saying that Omar is faking any of his videos. And the other one that I got into too is Carlos the Fam. Now, I'm not going to say anything bad about him. I actually kind of like the guy personally. He's sweet. Like, he's a very sweet natured guy, and I like his wife and their kids and stuff. Um, Again, it's with the damn spirit box that I can't stand. And I just wish that Carlos could be more authentic, because if you look at his name is Carlos the Fam. He's Omar's friend, and also Omar's other good friend is James the Fam. So you got Carlos the Fam, James the Fam. And if you notice in some of the videos with Carlos, he tends to copy Omar, or he'll copy somebody. You know what I mean? And I just wish he'd come up with his own material instead of copying others. And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, like I said, the guy is nice. Okay, I got to give him a lot of credit because he's out there doing these videos. The other one that I loved a lot too was Chris. But since Chris moved out of Florida, I was like very hopeful, since now I don't follow UGUE anymore, since that video that came out. Since Chris decided to move, I think it was to North Carolina or South Carolina. He moved to either South or North Carolina. Okay, so now he's away from Joe. But it seems like the videos that he's doing is still with Joe. And after, like him coming back after moving and stuff like that, I was like, God, I want him to do good, and I want him to be on his own instead of relying on Joe. But Joe's always there with him. And I notice when Chris is around Joe, he's always into the spirit box. I try to get into Patty G Team too as well, and they're into the spirit box like religiously. And I just, like I said, I just don't care for the device, so I just don't bother with it. I told my niece, if we do this, we're not going to be doing any devices whatsoever. We're going to be explorers. We're not going to be ghost hunters. Let's get that straight. And she's like, what's the difference? And then I had to explain the difference. And I'm like, because we're not going to be out there provoking the ghost to come out. We're just going to see what we can catch. That's what explorers do. So